What's up, everyone? Today is... I have 3,128 steps. Let's go! I've decided to start a video blog where I record myself talking while I'm driving because I drive a lot and I like to talk. So it seemed like a perfect fit. The first few of these are going to be super awkward because I just don't have a lot to talk about. I decided to write a book. I don't know if I'll actually write a book, but I'm going to try really hard. It's going to be a book about how to motivate yourself to do anything. And the premise of it is that the only thing that you need to do to motivate yourself to do anything is find an intrinsic motivator for everything that you do. Even if you're doing something that you hate, if you find a reason for doing it, there's a significant, substantially greater likelihood that you're going to accomplish whatever it is you set out to do. Thankful when you get up to a red light and it turns green right when you get there. That's pretty awesome. I'm thankful that you can turn right on right-hand turns when the light is still red. That's always nice. You get up to a right-hand turn, you're like, oh yeah, I can turn right if I want to. Well, only in some places. I don't know if that's everywhere. That's in Oregon for sure. Ooh. I love when you know a shortcut that no one else knows and you get to take it and you get to pass all of the people. That's fun. Oh, something exciting's happening over there. Oh, it looks like a car crash with a PT Cruiser. Not that I don't like people that drive PT Cruisers, but I hope that every PT Cruiser gets in a crash with no one in it and no one in the car that crashed into them, because they are just the world's ugliest car. They're just gross. One time I wasn't driving a PT Cruiser. I would never caught dead driving a PT Cruiser. One time I was riding in a PT Cruiser when I was in high school with this crazy lady, and me and my friend were riding in it, and she thought it would be funny to let go of the wheel and let my friend who was sitting in the passenger side seat drive the car, and we were like 16, and I thought he was going to crash on purpose because it was so terrifying. I'm also starting this blog because I want to be a more perceptual person. I want to be able to understand the world that's around me and articulate it in a better manner. And when you're driving in your car and you're just listening to the radio, you kind of zone out. Not that you should zone out when you're driving, because that's not good, but you kind of zone out and you don't really think about what's going on in the world around you other than not dying and getting to the place that you're going. But there's so many interesting things that happen to you while you're driving, and so many thoughts that just occur in your head at random. So I decided, because I have most of my good thoughts when I'm driving, that if I started a blog and just started recording everything that I do while I'm driving, then maybe I'll capture one of those moments of brilliance and be able to turn it into something interesting. And then I'll post it on YouTube so I can watch it wherever I go. That's the brilliance of YouTube, really. It could be a really good study tool if you recorded yourself studying, or like taught yourself through a YouTube video, and then you could listen to your own lecture later, like before the test. That would be cool. Someone should do that. I heard something really interesting in a TED Talk that I watched. The guy said that there's a direct correlation between the number of times someone fails and the greatness that that person achieves. So I'm going to do as many things as possible, because the more times I fail, the greater chance that there is that I'll find something that's successful. Because the point is not about whether you succeed or fail. The point is that you try, and I know that sounds cliche, but it's really not. If the percent likelihood that you succeed is 1%, if you only try one thing, there's no way you're going to succeed at that, statistically speaking. If you try 100 things, then yeah, one out of those hundreds you might hit it. But if you try 1,000 things, and 1,000 things is a lot of things to try, but if you try 1,000 things, 10 of those things could hit it big. Craziness. I have a lot of fond memories in school buses. Every time I see a school bus, it takes me back to the days that I used to ride school buses. I went to a private school and played sports for a public school, so I didn't really have any friends, but I had friends. I wasn't a loner. I was a little bit of a loner, but that's not important. Ooh, Cresswell. Oh, we used to play against them. First 400 I ever ran was against Cresswell. I ran my first 400 on a dare. True story. I was staying the night with my best friend Cody, and he ran for Sheldon High School in track and field, and I ran for Harrisburg High School in track and field, and he had a really good 400 time. And by really good, I mean we were freshmen and we're white, so it's really not that good, but it was good for us. I think his was 50 as freshman, or sorry, as a sophomore. He ran a, hold on, I have to merge. So I was staying the night at Cody's house. Like, he said, I bet you can't even make it all the way around the track in a 400. And I was like, not only can I make it all the way around the track, but I bet I could beat your time. So that Thursday coming up, we had a meet against Cresswell, and I went up to my coach and I said, Coach, can I run the 400? And he's like, can you make it all the way around the track? And I said, that's not funny. So he signed me up for the 400, and he fudged my time so that I would be right behind the fastest person in the 400. And I beat that guy, and I beat Cody's time, first 400 I ever ran. And then the next week, he shattered my time. And then whoops, wrong way. And then we ended up beating each other's times like 2 or 3 times. And by shattered, I mean we beat it by like half a second. But in track and field, that's pretty fast. Good times, great rivalry, had a lot of fun. Things I like and things I don't like. 3-lane traffic and 2 people merge into the same lane. I don't like that. But I do like 3 lanes because it means that there's usually less traffic on that road. Although that's not true according to Adam Ruins Everything, but you know, he ruins stuff, so how much can you really trust him? One of my fondest memories as a childhood was going to IHOP, and it's not very good. However, one time when I was really young, me and my mom and my 2 brothers and my sister were all looking for a place to eat because we were hungry. And my mom's like, let's go out to eat somewhere. But we didn't have a lot of money. So we were driving around looking for something kind of cheap. So obviously the first place we went was McDonald's. But McDonald's closed their breakfast back then at 10 o'clock. And who can get 4 kids ready by themselves before 10 o'clock in the morning? That's asking a lot. So we went to McDonald's and we're like, are you still serving breakfast? And it was like 10:05. So we did pretty good. And they're like, I'm sorry, we stopped serving breakfast at 10. And we're like, well, that's lame. So what we did was we drove around, and then we saw IHOP. And on IHOP on Tuesdays, and this was a Tuesday, it said kids eat free Tuesdays. And we're like, what? That's like 4 of us that get to eat for free, and we only have to buy 1 meal. And then my dad called and said, hey, what are you guys doing? And my mom said, we're at IHOP because it's kids eat free Tuesdays at IHOP. And my dad's like, what? And then he said, I have a buy 1 get 1 free coupon for IHOP. And we're like, what? That means we get 5 meals for free and we only have to buy 1. Now technically those 2 offers didn't go together, but we smiled and said our pleases and thank yous, and the nice waitress, which I will never know her name, said, yeah, I'll go ahead and give you the 5 meals for free. So thanks, IHOP. Good on you. Well, I'm at the hospital, and the most embarrassing thing that could happen to me is my girlfriend catching me recording myself talking on video. So I hope to see you guys tomorrow.